inside, and nobody knows it but me. Like a clown, I put on a show. The pain is real, even if nobody knows.
Hey guys, hopefully you like the intro again. I like to say that. It's another Smallville episode review. This is episode 6 now. Episode 6 is entitled Harvest. For a really particular reason it's named Harvest is because at the beginning you see Clark and Lois driving through the city of Metropolis. Basically. Not Metropolis, sorry. Driving from Metropolis to a holiday destination for a few weeks or something like that. But everything goes pear-shaped because they get a flat tire. Clark takes the tire off, and the only way to break the tire, the only way to drive is to fix the tire. And I don't know why Clark went off and did the fixing the tire, because he didn't want the people to think he was an idiot. But he went and came back quite fast and said that it. Don't know what he could have explained. But they wanted to use Lois as the bad guys who are in this episode are just mere people who sacrificed their daughter, sacrificing their daughter to the bad so they could keep this place safe and save loads of lives. They were going to do the same to Lois Lane, but Clark got there in time, lost his power because the water was blue kryptonite in the water. So to speak, a little bit of blue kryptonite. He was able to use his power in the hope, well, not use his power, so they kind of got kidnapped and tortured and beaten, and then Lois was going to get burned. But Clark got there in time and stopped her from being killed. She then had to go because she liked the fact Clark was powerful, and then they ran off to Metropolis. Clark used a gun in this episode and shot bullets around for a while. Apart from that, aside from Clark and Lois, there was the Tess Mercer problem. The problem of Tess Mercer. And that problem was that Tess Mercer had her own problem of this little kid who was the one who gave her face back to her. The only way she got her face back and looked normal again was because of this boy, so she thought of raising him and not turning him into a freak show and keeping him normal as a normal kid, even though he's growing at an exponential rate, and she wanted to fix that so he would grow at a normal kid's rate. Okay? Stick with me on this. Stick with me on this video. This video might be short because the Smallville episodes so far have already been aired and no longer able to watch this one. You're able to watch this one on I think E4. But she then gets the kid. The kid then grows, drawing bits of like Superman stuff down on a bit of paper, like stuff that's relevant to Clark Kent. Says that he's gonna kill him, and he's after him, and he's gonna murder him for God knows how, what reason, or what reason why. But the whole episode is a bit of a drag. It's more like a, think about it, it's more like a scary movie than a Smallville movie. It's more scary than uplifting and heartfelt for Smallville. But this aside from Smallville for a bit. This aside from the whole episode, the episode did make not relevant sense to the whole thing. In the last episode, at the very end, she found out he had his powers and kissed him. The episode ended. This one, they were driving through the town. I don't know what they were doing and why they were going there. I just assumed they were in a business. They were on their way to find information to help the Daily Planet, like in the Lois and Clark New Adventures of Superman series, or on holiday, or taking a break from it all, or whatever. Okay? Stick with me on this. Stay strong and don't lose faith. Tess then finds the kid in her house, asks him why, he pushes her over, she falls. He runs away and shaves off his head to become bald and says, "I am Lex Luthor." So he gets sent away. And I think he gets killed. I'm kind of 100% sure he gets killed or he gets taken away to get the treatment done to him that will stop him from growing and keep him in a normal, or taking him into the lab so he can be taken away from her to be safe. Basically being sectioned because he's a fucking freaky maniac who has Lex Luthor. It's like a 8-year-old child with Lex Luthor's, like a 10-year-old child with Lex Luthor's, not an 8-year-old child with Lex Luthor's, 7-year-old child, sorry, with Lex Luthor's brain inside him. So a 7-year-old who thinks he's 30-something years old now. By far, this episode was kind of creepy because all the cowboy stuff where Clark loses his power and he basically gets burned, cut in the chest so he bleeds, burned in the back so he's absolute agony. But he needs to get back from the people because they have the blue kryptonite inside them. They leave. Basically, Lois and him just leave the place. Just run away. So they basically stay away from them. Whether they go back to them later on in the series to try and stop other humans being killed. But yeah. That happened and Lois, the test got rid of the person, and I think if I'm not 100% sure about whether... No, sorry. That happened, and that was what happened in the episode. So the episode ended with all of that. Now, it was more like a horror movie to my extent, so if you've got kids, I would really recommend some little kids about the age of 6 upwards. From 1 to 6, please not let them get anywhere near watching this episode. It's a bit horrified, so I would not let my 5-year-old, 4-year-old cousin watch this. My 5-year-old cousin watch this. My little cousin Olivia Hunter. I would never let her watch this. She's too young, by far. My other cousin is 7 I think, and she's about 5. So I would not let my 5-year-old cousin watch this at all. Okay? There is no way she would be watching this episode because it was a bit gruesome to the extent where the kid went all crazy-fied and said, "I'm Lex Luthor. The Blur needs to die," and all that fooling around shit. I think it's still on e4.com if you want to go on there and type in E4 Smallville Season 10 Episode 6. It'll come up and you'll be able to watch it on E4. I think you can still watch it. I'm not 100%, but I did not like the episode. It was an episode where I sat and thought, yeah, cool. Nice to see Clark in that situation and incorporating horror to say that there is scary things in Smallville, not just the supernatural. You know what I mean? Like the comic booky. This is more reality and what could have happened if somebody actually got a hold of a piece of blue kryptonite or a piece of powerful stone and just drunk it. Melted it. It got melted in the water and drunk it. Or it kind of stewed, kind of marinated in the water and they drank it and got the powers from it, and that's how Clark lost his power. And they made it more horror to try and run away from these scary people who Clark couldn't even fight off, couldn't punch because he'd lose his power. So the episode was kind of a letdown in that respect. Kind of probably one of the worst episodes of the season so far. I'm not restraining the next episode, which I don't actually know the name of. I'll just quickly go check that. So let me know, comments below, if you liked the episode or not. If you didn't, that's okay by me. Alright. Yeah, it's called and the next episode is called Ambush. Sorry about the little pause there. I was kind of finding out what it was called on internet Google. It's called Ambush, which is where some surprise people come into Lois's life. So I'm not going to spoil anything there because the next video will be the one that you'll have to watch to get that. I'll catch you later. Have a great one. And definitely see you around. And take care, YouTube. See you around. Take care. Have a great one. Bye.